Which morph do I prefer for the DK damage shield? I haven't actually gotten a chance to test Fractured Shield in a good situation. Most of the time that I have used it, I used Igneous. But again, you know, it suffers from the same issue that all shields suffer from. Do you think that the Andrew Tropis's Reaver build will do good in Bet Dungeons? I closed it. No, I think it'll do pretty good. I don't think it will be terrible. Let me actually take a look at what he has. Where? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Here it is. Okay, sweet. So, what's he got on here? Dawnbreaker, Blood Craze, Rapid Strike, Crystal Frags. Yeah, no. I think his build will do absolutely fine. I think it'll definitely be a fairly good build. Yeah. I think it's just like overall, it's pretty flexible in what you can use it for. What? Is it worth it going the Magicka soft cap from releasing Magicka skills? I am not too sure, because personally I haven't hit the Magicka soft cap. I need to get better quality enchants on my armor. Wow, okay. But most of our people have not really pushed that far past the Magicka soft cap because it's 2,000. 2,000 is still a lot. Do you know how much the machine return scale, like how much armor rating does it actually take to reach 2,600? About 4,000? I think it's a bit higher than that. Yeah. I think it's like 4,500 or so. What are we looking at? Let's go find some more interesting footage. What do we got? Do I end up in another dungeon? Where are we? We do. I think we just started Waira Sewers. Okay, sweet. How will PS4 and Xbox One players communicate with other players in game? So, my guess, personally, for that would somehow they would integrate with the general party systems that the consoles have, and that would give you like a voice chat room. That's my guess. I actually have no idea, but that would make sense. But I think that'd be kind of weird. I don't know. Is there any build / combo that's particularly well in 1v1, or is it more rock paper scissors? I believe it's closer to rock paper scissors. At least I hope it is. Can you have voice chat on PC / Mac? There is not voice chat in game. Most coordinated groups will. How did you get away with that many caps? Caps. I don't know. Most coordinated groups, however, will be using like Ventrilo or TeamSpeak or Mumble. You might see more random groups use like, you know, maybe you'll start seeing like Razer Comms or something weird. Yeah, basically it'll be like it'll be an external program because that's what MMO players are used to using. Nightbot be slacking. What do you think about Templar tanking? Can you compare it to DK tanking? I think Templar tanking has slightly more mitigation and self-healing by a little bit, but they have less crowd control. So they'll struggle a bit on trash packs in terms of like general control, but they'll still be able to perform like the basic things that you need to do. But yeah. If I wasn't like instantly automatically sold on Dragon Knight as soon as they announced the class, I'd probably be playing a Templar. I will definitely have a Templar alt, that's for sure. And that's just because I played a Paladin in World of Warcraft, and I like that style. I like that style of character, and I have no idea why. Yeah. I don't. We know what the date is because release is the 4th, so Head Start starts on the 30th for the 5-day, but we don't know what time. Yeah, date 30th, time unknown. It's actually higher. It's actually higher than 300. So it's something closer to like 380 or something. I was like trying to count it up. You can get a lot of skill points. PS4 players, I assume they'll use like player-made parties, like I don't actually know how PS4 works, but I think they have if the console has like a party up system, like how Xbox does, because I know that has a party up system, it'll probably like integrate with that and give you like a voice chat room. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much counts for it. They'll either have integrated voice chat into the package, like with the console, or good luck. Yeah, you definitely can max out your character plus some crafting. It takes a lot of work to get that many skill points, though. So, but you can do it. Do we know when the next beta session is? This weekend! This weekend! It's coming! Are you thinking ESO will have a chance to catch up with more WoW players as ESO gets better and more content? Yes. I do think so. I think... particularly once they... yeah. Especially once they start adding adventure zones and raid, like basically like raid equivalent content and like the harder content, I definitely think more people will be interested. Mostly because like personally for me, the World of Warcraft, like just that style of combat got really boring. How do I know it's coming this weekend? They announced it on Twitter 2 hours ago now. Invites will be going out tomorrow. I'm assuming it starts Friday at noon, but they haven't said it yet. It'll be in the invite that we get tomorrow. Unstable Flame will refresh for the Emperor. Yeah. Unstable Flame will refresh the duration of warmth. So it's not a strong snare, but it's a reliable snare because it lasts for 14 seconds. It is a new build. It is 181. So yeah, no, it does have the new patch. So it'll have the NPC collision. It'll have the new starter experience with like the shortcut being shortcutted to the the big zone, the first big zone of everything. What headset is this? This is a SteelSeries Siberia V2. I mean, that doesn't really surprise me all that much because they're... I mean, right now, ESO doesn't have, like, straight up as hardcore things as World of Warcraft does for that crowd. and they've made a lot of like decisions that aren't for that crowd, like the pending API changes. Yeah, you understand. I'm sure you understand. How much was this headset? Too much. Sadly, it was yeah. I was like, I want this color. When... Yeah. I believe it's a medley of songs, so it'll be a bunch of things. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that FTC. So I hopefully all they trim out of that is like stuff, being able to pull target information. Hopefully they only trim target information, because I need to be able to see my own stuff. Whoa, look at it go. Alright, can you say more about the API changes? Are we going to see FTC the way it is now, or close to the way it is now? So, we haven't actually heard anything about the upcoming API changes yet, just that they're trimming stuff out. My personal hope is, if they do trim anything, all they trim out is, like, the main thing that I saw people complaining about is being able to pull information about other players that is not available on the base UI. So, stuff like their actual, like, max health, their and being able to see their magicka and stamina. I think those are like the biggest complaints that I saw from people. I don't hopefully, yeah. Oh yeah, and target cat being able to see their taskbar. I mean, woo, there's so few casted skills in the game. I don't see that being like a big thing. They were like overreacting to using a third-party program to auto-do things. It's still a third-party program. At least that's my opinion of it, at least. I don't know. Yeah. Like, really? Third-party program? Really? Yeah, hopefully, I agree. If they do take that stuff out, hopefully they do add that information to the base UI. That would be my preferred thing. It's like, yeah, instead of taking stuff out, we'll just put it on the base UI. And I would be happy. That'd be great. I don't want collision detection in PvP. Groups get very big. Like, very big. And I think that, because the game is also, like, really high, like, a fairly high graphics quality, I think there'd be some performance issues attached to that as well. So I prefer that there isn't collision detection in PvP. I do like it in PvE, though. I think it works really good in PvE. Yeah, I agree, Bara. I want to be able to see my buffs and my... That was my main thing. So I want to be able to see my buffs and debuffs on the target. I want those timers. Yeah, basically, I'm fine if I can see my information. Yeah, Benny has been... I don't think Benny's tried an AoE build for Nightblade and Veteran Dungeons yet. We have one on the table. It's in the works. But I don't think we've really used it yet. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much D2. Do I like defensive posture? I do really like defensive posture. What actually happened, why it's not maxed out, is with the recent patch they increased the the max experience needed for some of the skills, and that made me not have rank 4 in that skill for some reason. So I had to get experience with it to remorph it again. What? Oh dear. Oh dear. What did you try to link? What did you do? Some good tips for proper early leveling. Go back to even though it dumps you in your first major city, I do recommend going back to the starter island to get those sky shards. Finishing your like starter zones will put you at like level 7. So I do that'd be for really early leveling. That'd be my main thing. It's just oh yeah, person asking about veteran dungeon difficulty, we die here like 3 times. Except on that, oh, we've already died here 3 times. Okay, never mind. Oops. Is Inner Fire much better than Pierce Armor? They serve different purposes. I like Inner Fire because of the range. Pierce Armor gives you the armor, the debuff though. Yes, the starter island's also really good for like starting crafting mats. If you have more than one mount, do you still get the storage of the stable mount? No. You have to. It has to be your active mount. Can you invite other players to your own campaign? Yeah. I think how that works is what ends up happening is if they're not already in your campaign, they will be guested to your campaign. I know when you're looking at the campaign window, it will show you like guild and group members that are in other, like what campaigns they're in. It'll have a mark for them. So they can join you in your campaign if they're not in yours by guesting. Or they can pay a fairly high sum of alliance points to switch campaigns. Piercing Javelin. Yep. That is a spell projectile. It can be reflected. Yeah. Oh, only World in Flame will affect Pulsar. All of the other Ardent Flame, well, Kindling will affect the burning effect caused by Pulsar, and World in Flame will affect the base damage of Pulsar. Yeah, there we go. Words. Competitive dual-wielding Templar DPS. I haven't actually seen a dual-wielding Templar. I have seen very few Templar DPS builds, actually. Crafted gear or looted gear on VR10? Both. It's a mix. You definitely want to be mixing to get like the best combination of sets that you can. PS4 and Xbox will have their own mega server, so it'll be like PS4 NA, PS4 EU, Xbox NA, Xbox NA EU. Where are we going? Are we coming up? Okay. Do all undead take plus fire damage or just vampires? I think specific enemy types take extra fire damage. Skeletons don't. Stuff like zombies do. Ghosts do. Wraiths do. I think the main thing is just skeletons, really. Because, from what we could tell, most enemy types have at least one vulnerable thing. I don't think humans do, but, most enemy types have one vulnerable element, and they have a chance of causing, like, a certain status because of that weakness. The main thing I can think of is fire damage can cause a status called explosion, which is like... It's like a 2-second stun that does like 500 damage. Explosion is really strong. Could you explain guessing a little bit more? I know I'm actually... Guessing is only going to place you in that campaign. You're not going to be able to play with them, though, if they're on a different faction. Looted items don't have their a separate pool of traits. They still use the same pool of traits, because however, there will be some sets that will only be found as looted. And there will also be only some sets that can only be found through crafting. However, crafting will still always be useful because you can upgrade those looted set items to legendary. Sup, Fosty? How long does it take to go from 1 to VR10? I'm not actually sure now because they have changed the values like several times since I did it. So people have been saying like anywhere between 70 to 140 hours for 1 to 50, and then like another 100 hours for VR 1 to 10. Is it easy to get Mages Guild 10? And how do you level guilds? By doing quests for them or by leveling skills from them? So, Mages Guild 10 is a pain in the ass to get because you can only level the skill line through finding lore books in the world. There'll be the books that have the blue glow. Those will give you experience for the skill line. The Fighters Guild you get is much easier to level up. You get it for killing undead and Daedra and werewolves once you get the passive for it. Enter the Undaunted, which is technically a guild. You can only get experience with the Undaunted by completing dungeon achievements. So that'd be like dungeon achievements count as even the achievement for completing the dungeon the first time, or any of the challenge achievements or the speedrun achievements in the veteran dungeons. You should have done more veteran dungeons. I guess you didn't have people to do them with. Okay. What kind of pot do I typically use? Mana. I chug mana potions. I chug the hell out of them. You can only kill other players in Cyrodiil. Yeah. Yeah, I know. What has happened? Okay. Is the Undaunted Guild in the city as well? Is there? Yes. So the Undaunted Guild, they're always found in the tavern of the main city of the zone. So in I'll use the 80 zones for example. In Aradon, they're found in the tavern in Vukelgard. In Gruntwood, it's in Eldenroot. In Greenshade, it's in... I forget the name of the town. Well, that was good. I forget. Yeah, they're found in the taverns in the main city, yeah. Okay. Alright. I got one more done. I think this is. I think this is the last dungeon footage that I have. So. So, Elder Scrolls ZeniMax put out a crafting Q&A. Let's see if there's anything useful in their Q&A that we can glean from this. I will link it in chat for you guys. Yeah, it's really easy to join all the guilds as soon as you complete your tutorial, because now it dumps you in your first city. So you can just go get them really quickly. That'll work. Diablo 3 mute drama. It's okay. We'll have some Metroid remix. It'll be fine. Metroid remix will be fine. So it does, but we're still allowed to show like recorded footage. So I'm just using stream highlights here. You are really late today, and I'm on late as well, and I blame daylight savings time a lot. There is another beta test. It's coming up. It is this weekend. It is coming. Yes, this is the, I'm using Imperial style chest, shoulders, and helmet. For leveling 1 DK, which is 200 for speed-wise, I've been, I guess. I mean, personally, I like using sword and board, and I actually really don't like two-hander at all. Like, at all. It is my least favorite weapon. I think it'll be interesting to see, like, they've all been stress tests, or like, you know, stress tests. So they've been huge, and then just throw everyone into Cyrodiil. So hopefully, they've done some more tuning on that, because it has gotten better. I mean, the test before the last test was, there was loading issues, like really bad loading issues, and those were fixed. This time it was just lag when you ended up with like 300 to 400 players in one area. So Hopefully they have fixed the lag issues. Hopefully they do. Also, I do wonder if they'll run the EU thing. They should. They should run both the EU and the NAs. They kind of have to. Yeah. Lap fatigue, that's just something that's going to happen anyways. People will see it as that just because they get to play the game for free. And that's all they really care about. Well, at least, Scout, at least you get early access if you pre-ordered. Yeah, get your fix during early access. Yes, that is correct, DD. It will only stun or interrupt casting targets. How did I level Destruction Staff from Medicaid during test? By using it. Cyrodiil definitely won't be like Swordor's thing. You actually don't get that many points from flipping keeps. Yeah. What time? Yeah, that's the next big start of this weekend will be what time do the servers open? Just fucking. What time do the weekend servers open? Because every time they're like, yeah, the servers are open at noon. And they're open 2 hours early. And I was like, really? I don't have any problem with the Imperial Edition. I just don't really care. What level can you use the Rings of Mara? 3. It's 3 now. Because you start in your capital city that has a Shrine of Mara in it. So as soon as you finish the beginning Coldharbour experience, you can use your ring. What is that? Compla? Compla, oh, yeah. Compila to which, whatever. Yes, you can switch to a separate bar, turn in a quest, and then switch back to get to level something else, yeah. Am I looking forward to all this leveling again? A little bit, actually. Just because there'll be people. The main fact is there will be people. Will they finally test the EU server this weekend? I hope. How much focus on stamina did you put into your DK? Not enough. For tanking, not enough, but I don't really feel like I need it for the veteran dungeons. I'll definitely consider having significantly more stamina when adventure zones come out. Yeah, I agree, Moo. It definitely feels like there are other people there even while you're just streaming, because the PTS is like hilariously empty in veteran zones. It's really bad. Oh, Triples did the Vile Manse. The Vile Manse is one of my favorite public dungeons. It's great. I don't... 3 months. Wow. Wow. No, I don't think it'll be 3 months at all. I think the game is... the game itself is really good. They've made some poor marketing decisions, but the game itself is really good. Oh, cutting spy lines in Cyrodiil? Yeah, no, it's hilarious. So what ER did on the last weekend test is we managed to get ourselves wedged in a bridge house. The bridge house between, I believe it is Sejanus and Alessia. So we were wedged in the bridge house there. And on one side of the bridge is 180 players. And on the other side of the bridge is everything spawning out of Alessia. So many kills. All the kills. So much oil. It was great. Except for the fact that I was dead and spent the entire time running back. That wasn't so great. Yeah, there is no difference in facing. I need to... shoot. I apparently can't do it from this because it's a popped out chat. Yeah, hang on. What are we... I don't know what you're linking, but... yeah. Is the mage skill equilibrium good enough for meta management? It will be... What are we linking? What is this? Oh, the bridge stand. Yeah, bridge stand. I do have PvP footage, but I don't think I have any from this weekend. So, at least any that's any good. It's not that high of a level in the Mages Guild, but it is there. I need to do this. I've figured out why I've been having issues modding people. Because I'm not on my dashboard. I just have a popped out chat. That would make sense. Also, 1,000 followers. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, sweet. I can do this from this window. Okay. That's kind of like that's one of our strengths is of VR is actually just we're really good at defending small holes, like wall breaches, bridges, mile gates. Choke points. Choke points are, like, good. Choke points are delicious. Left TV? That's actually something that I do 90% of the time. Is, Sword and Shield and Destruction Staff. Solo leveling is tank hard? Not really. If you're a Dragon Knight, you have really strong damaging skills. I think, every class actually has a really good, damaging skill to go with it, so Sword and Shield leveling works totally fine. What's the cap on bag space? I haven't actually maxed my bank, and they recently changed it. I think the max is 100, maybe more, but I think they just increased the starting to like 50 or 60 or 80. I don't know.
God, we have so many apps in the ER thing. There's so many ER apps over the weekend. Yeah, we get a ton of apps. I decided on what class I decided what class I'm rolling like years ago. Yeah, we probably will have just like a straight up fan guild for Tamriel Foundry, and probably like stream fan guild. Those will probably be things. Race, I am torn between Redguard, Imperial, and Dark Elf. Yeah, that's what I'm stuck between: Redguard, Imperial, and Dark Elf. Does the lack of PvE endgame concern you? No, because at the time we actually get through it, by the time I'm bored with it, they'll have the first patch out. And then the first patch is supposed to have a whole bunch of shit in it, including the Adventure Zone, which will have, you know, be more endgame. So how I did test it the other day. That was it's 2% per rank. So rank 1 is 2%, rank 2 is 4%, and rank 6 is 6% of your maximum health. Yeah. Yeah, the shield does kind of make it look like a Metroid. That was my first impression as well. It's like, that Metroid? Metroid bubble? Giant thing that reflects shields? You can't kill it with energy? Yeah. What I think about Brent with the spell resistance and lower mana cost, that was my first impression. Brenton's was actually my first choice. As soon as I heard that we could do any race, any faction, was Breton, because you know I use a lot of spells for my tank bar, and I really like the idea of having the extra spell resistance. Yeah, I would definitely recommend checking out the Tamriel Foundry boards. We have, you know, builds. Lots and lots of builds. You can make your own guilds, but they're like player-created guilds like other weekends. Other MMOs. They're not gonna have like skill lines or anything like, or, you know, quests like the Fighters Guild or Mages Guild. Summer gems can't be replaced. Alright. And then, look, random music. Suddenly we're in a fairy fountain. Random. We're in a fairy fountain. I don't even know. Some of these things that make no sense. Mention, close, delete, close. Alright. Rupees! Alright, let's open this. Okay. So I was doing some forum browsing on other forums before going live. I found unscheduled maintenance paid. No! And I'm going to sleep soon anyways, but I don't have a... That's pretty much how the ISO hype is. I don't have a playlist public. I don't know how to do that. Also, the playlist is like 1,600 songs. Yeah. Daedric Curse Smurf, does the increased AoE do more damage, or is the one rather go with the one with the shorter timer? I don't know what's the sorcerer question. Yeah, that's pretty much what I saw on like some general gaming forums. Was that it was like, here's this badly painted thing. Yeah, and that's definitely like the impression that I've gotten from a lot of other people. So in this poll, we learned that magma armor is really, really overpowered in some situations. Like really overpowered. Yeah. Because I should have died. I definitely should have died, but no. Damage capped. Yep. Have they said anything, like is it an emergency patch, or are they just down? Looks like they're just gonna be down. Yeah. Think about how many people will buy at 4445, and how many subs will be after 1 year. It's really hard. I haven't actually seen pre-order numbers in a long time, so I'm not entirely sure. I do think that'll be fine. I think it'll be fine. They'll yeah. I don't think it'll take them long to recoup much of their losses. So this Corso doesn't do much good with damage already kept 3%. So Corso Armor itself doesn't do that much damage. It ticks for like 60. Yeah. Still doesn't limit fears of looted sets and getting crafted ones for other realms. Yeah. I think I do agree with you, Laser. I think what they need to do is nerf a couple of the drop sets. Like some very specific drop sets need to be nerfed, and then I think it'll feel like the balance is better. But there's a couple that are way too strong. Yeah, Lamza, they do get bigger as they get higher levels. But they were really small, low levels, trust me. We complained a lot about that. So yeah, giant Dwemer spider. Max level for any crafting skill is 50. Okay. Nerf Magicka Furnace! Oh, the 30% reduction to weapon damage. Magma Shell is a better choice if you're... Magma Shell is a better choice if you're doing more of a support role, I feel, because you get the shield synergy. I like Corrosive Armor because as a tank, it lets me... I get to take less damage in addition to that. You're able to tank and heal dungeons at the same time is because you have bugged double enchanted rings with armor on them. That's what I'm saying to that. It's really skewed the power levels on some characters. It's insane. Alright. Why am I considering Redguard and Dark Elf? So my PvE spec is tank. So I really want the extra stamina to be able to block as much stuff as I can. But the reason why I said Dark Elf is more of a PvP choice that that gives me some PvE flexibility because it also increases because Dark Elf gets max magicka and max stamina and then the fire damage spell power. The fire damage spell power like does affect some things, like it'll affect Cinderstorm, it'll affect igneous weapons because those are fire skills, but not so much things that are really good for tanking with that. But you do get some like increased stamina pool, and the max magicka definitely helps. And currently, most of my builds are magicka based. So Dark Elf is more of a flexible choice, Redguard is more of a focused choice. Imperial is definitely has been on the table as terms of a race choice because it gets you max health, max stamina, and then the heal. The heal is actually fairly good. Orc, I feel like Orc is not that good. Because I don't even remember what the Orc racials are. Orc. Max health by stamina by 2%, health regen, and then sprint speed. Orc is not that good of a choice, personally, because their unique racial is pretty bleh. Like, sprint speed actually does next to nothing for you, or at least for me. Is Altmer viable as an all-rounder DK? Yeah, I would say that, because most Dragonite builds use like a lot of class skills. And Altmer gets you max magicka and max regen. As well as like the extra elemental damage with all of them. Yeah. I mean, works okay, but the max sprint speed is not like a min-max choice, so basically in terms of like character efficiency, it's useless. And PvP, what do you use on your DK for a finisher, or do you go for the attrition fight? So I don't know what my DK build in PvP does things and stuff, and then stuff happens. And there's fire involved in some support skills. I mean, yeah, you have a lot of movement speed, but woo? Oh man, I hate orcs. I think orcs not that good, right? Woo, I don't know. Yeah. How effective is dual wield when leveling and fighting packs of mobs? I like dual wielding a lot. You do. Blood Craze is really good for survivability because it's a heal. Alright. Why is everyone standing around in front of the camera? I don't even know what's going on. What do I have left in here? Not a whole lot. Alright. You know what? We showed off a bunch of dungeons. We've stayed awake for an hour longer than intended. We're demonstrating werewolf for no reason. I picked a good spot to jump to. But yeah, I need to go to bed because I still work tomorrow, sadly. Morning. I did not get around to testing the tank support build though. Nope, I didn't get around to testing that. I want to. I just don't think the environment is that good on the PTS for that build. Okay. So while I'm running around in werewolf form, okay, it's over. What's my profession? Currently, I don't have a profession. In live, I will be doing at least woodworking and blacksmithing. Those will probably be the two that I use. Oh, real life? I work overnights at Walmart. Yeah! No. Fuck. Yeah, no. Yeah. It's more than 300, but yeah. What's the cap on stamina regen? What? What? Mr. Yeah, real life, yeah, I work at Walmart on overnights. I hate my job. Alright, so yeah, I've been on for more than an hour longer than I intended. So, I'm gonna go to sleep. You can... Am I just standing here? Whatever. Yeah, it sucks. So, I'm gonna go. I'll try to get this uploaded to my YouTube. I do upload all the Q&A shows at least to my YouTube, which is youtube.com/Phaseus. I'll probably be throwing up the highlights of the dungeons on there, though. At least. And maybe just like some generic tanking guides at some point in time. And then you can follow my Twitter. Twitter is the best way to... Is that Mork? Yeah, it's Mork. Twitter is the best way to get show updates and generally ramblings and stuff. Mostly show updates. That is just twitter.com/Phaseus. And be sure to check out tamrielfoundry.com if you have like other build questions, if you want to like know more about builds. The class forums have all sorts of stuff posted on them. So yeah, that's... You know what? So yeah, I'm going to go to bed. Have a good day.
Stand by.